We're back. Season 3, episode 15. Mama said knock you out. Girls and boys, it has been a time on that episode. We start out with Liv going to the guy who's doing the live interview with the first family. She's asking for more time and he's saying no. You know why she's asking for more time? Because she already knows what we only thought. Them kids is crazy. We're going to get back to them kids. You know, little Jerry's got a website saying mean things about the president. Karen is just evil as all heck. We don't know why. I guess she got a grudge against, well, everybody. Life in general. But anyway, this is what happens. There's so much going on that I'm going to use my notes. I ain't even going to be shame about it. At OPA, they looking into all kind of budgets to see where B613 gets their money from. David Rosen's bringing them files, but they can't find nothing. Huck tells Liv she need to leave B613 alone. But guess what? He still want to save Quinn Perkins. Olivia says she's done. Ever since Quinn pulled that gun on her, she don't want nothing to do with Quinn. Meanwhile, Charlie is grilling Quinn about what happened when Huck was at her apartment. She lying, but guess what? Charlie knows she. In the White House, they going over the intel on Dimitri and Ivan, the folks Mama Pope is dealing with. They said that Dimitri done dropped off the radar for years, but all of a sudden, he done showed up in Baltimore. Okay. On the next screen, Daddy Pope calls Olivia and tells her to stop looking into B613. She asked for his help. He hung up on her. That's what he does. Hangs up on people. Olivia also told Andrew he needs to stop messing around with Melly. Andrew was like, really? Glass houses? He wasn't receiving that. Next screen, Mama Pope is on the phone with Ivan, and Adnan is looking crazy. Then she hangs up and Adnan says she wants out. Mama Pope let her know that was not going to happen. Woo! Andrew and Messy, they can't keep their hands off of each other. I'm sorry. Did I say Messy? Anyway, Melly. Every time they get a vacant opportunity, they hold up in some room doing God only knows what. Liv tells Andrew to stay away from Melly. But guess what? He ain't receiving that. He said, glass houses, Liv. Like he's somebody special. Anyway, Charlie's re-questioning Quinn more about Huck. He knows she lying because she can't keep her story straight. They take a break to start drilling on Dimitri. You remember Dimitri? Later, Huck gives Charlie a little beat down of his own. Tells him he want to talk to command. Back at the White House, Karen walks in on Messy and Andrew. Honey, Messy was down on her knees. At least that's what Karen said. And she run out of the room, but then Messy runs after her and runs straight into Olivia. Awkward. Adnan runs over to OPA with some crazy story about wanting out. Says Mama Pope's crazy. Anyway, Harrison talks Liv into seeking immunity for Adnan. So they all run off trying to get to the immunity situation with David Rosen's office. Then Adnan figures out how to get Harrison naked. We saw that coming. Karen and Messy are now having it out. She tells Messy she saw what she was doing, and then she's screaming, get out of my room, get out of my room. Honey, them kids sure like to kick somebody out of a room that ain't even theirs, don't they? State Farm done went crazy again. He all up at the White House telling Fitz that he's in charge. You might be the commander-in-chief, but I'm command. Are you kidding me, Shonda Rhimes? You know I do not like you letting people try to punk Fitz. You know I don't like it. Get your mind right. He's the president of the United States. I'm going to need you to have some respect for the office. Anyway, they finishing up their little argument and Cy comes in the room. That's when the White House turned into the Fight House. Honey Cyrus picked up a vase and was trying to hit Jake over the head with it. Jake had him in some kind of a little chokehold and Fitz was screaming. Oh my goodness, it was too many things. So then, you know what? I want to go back to that vase. You think taxpayer money paid for that and Cyrus was just about to crack it open like that? Anyway, they had their little thing and Cyrus is screaming. He killed James. And I ain't mad at Cy. You want to know why? Because he ain't just going to let Sally Langston get her hands on that Emmy. He going to give her a run for her. Side told Fitz about B613 taking James out. And then Mama Pope called Liv. She wants Adnan back. Liv said, you a terrorist. Mama Pope said, so? You to help. Is that funny or what? Anyway, Melly starts drinking. Heck, I started drinking at that time. Liv's talking to the kids. Fitz walks in. He want to know why everybody ain't dressed. Karen spills the beans, and it was on and cracking, honey. It was the fight house again. Fitz strolled down that hall, and baby, you know he knocked Andrew out. I watched it 3 times. It was a really great scene. The last parts of the show, child, and it was really rounding up. Jake sent Quinn Perkins to talk to Huck instead of going himself. Honey, Huck said he wanted to get her out of B613. I have to say this about old Quinn. Quinn take a licking but keep on ticking. And she done licked Huck's face and done some more things. And I think Charlie was watching. I think that's going to be problematic for Quinn and Huck a little bit later on. Adnan stabbed Harrison with some kind of syringe. Jake and Eli have it out. They have a little moment. Command moment. Woo, big pissing contest. Anyway, it resulted in Eli calling Olivia, telling her B613 don't get their money from one department, but from all departments. They getting a little here and a little there. Fitz has had it with Messy. He's singing Bye Bye Miss American Pie the day the marriage died. And he want to know, what did you give up? Messy about to spill the beans when Liv walked in. Fitz screamed at her, I'm talking to my wife. She walked out looking crazy. Oh my gosh. But this is what we found out in that little tirade. Melly ain't let Fitz touch her in 10 years. It's been 10 years. That's why he was so hot for Olivia. So all of y'all that want to be like he shouldn't be playing around, that's what. 10 years. Which now calls into paternity. Question, the paternity of Karen too. Who was doing it with her if Fitz wasn't doing it with her anyway? She leaves out. Olivia trying to leave. Side stops her, tell her she have to go back because he can't go back. Anyway, it's just turning into a big thing. The first family is sitting there on the couch, finally looking like a Norman Rockwell painting. Only we know it ain't all what it cracked up to be. Back at OPA, Abby and David find Harrison on the floor, all drugged up from God only knows what. Across town, Adnan is meeting with Ivan and Mama Pope. Hands him over the flash drive. She done took everything from OPA. The campaign schedule, the security details, the exits and entrances from all the venues, the contingency plans, everything. But they don't know. B613 got them in the crosshairs, waiting on Jake's order. Jake says, stand down. I want to see how this plays out. He really got a God complex. Y'all know I ain't never liked Jake. Anyway, they waiting on Jake. And he says, let him go. I'm just saying, this looks like some big things about to happen in the last 3 episodes. I don't know how I can contain myself, but I guess I have to wait till next week. And yes, you do too, gladiators. This is Stevie on Scandal. We'll see you next week.